Thank you so much, Justin, for having me out in beautiful
Absolutely.
North Carolina today. It was definitely worth the trip over. So
Yeah,
it's
completely
nice
agree.
and sunny, and appreciate you putting on good weather for me. You know, I like the sun,
It
so
could be a little bit warmer, but
absolutely.
yes.
Yeah, fantastic. Love to, hear just in your words a little bit more about Ezer Group and hear about your experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Spending 20 years in tech and the last almost 2 decades in cyber, worked for MSSPs, spent time on the VAR side of the business as well, and some on the OEM. And honestly, Ezer Group was really founded out of a bit of a personal frustration that I had, in that when you work for a provider that has a pre-built services practice or solutions that they resell because they have a partner agreement, most of the time when you have a client conversation, you don't really get to appreciate the unique challenges that that client has. And so they may have very many needs that are impacted by regulations, by compliance, by internal standards, by their culture, that don't really lend themselves to really longer term partnerships or longer term fits. Everybody has a box, everybody has something they've developed and provided for a client. And so our goal was really to really find a way to treat our clients with a bespoke eye. And we've all gone through the process of buying off the rack jeans. It's very different than going in and getting tailored for a suit. Everybody is different. 34 doesn't fit everybody exactly the same. And so our process around this was to look at our clients, look at the things that were important to them, and then really develop services and partnerships that really tailored to their unique and specific needs. That's kind of where Ezer Group was really founded. In fact, Ezer actually translates to helper. So our goal as a consulting firm is to help our clients really meet their unique challenges and get to a place they could not get on their own.
That's wonderful. I love hearing that. We're just super pleased to have such a engaged partner working with our customers, because it's super important for us to have that echelon, that Michelin star service delivery experience. So tell me a little bit more about why customers are choosing Ezer Group over other solution providers out there.
So I think the main reason why we seem to have a resonating story is the way that we interact and look at our clients. It's kind of a warm and welcoming approach. We're not pushy in that regard. We're not trying to just sell them something and move on to the next organization. We really take our time to understand holistically what's important to them. We are taking the time to get to know them and their unique challenges and then work off of that. And really one of the major benefits that there is working with Ezer Group is because of our decades of relationships and expertise, is we are effectively a reputation and relational broker. So our goal is really around connecting them with the right partners, the right services, as opposed to just, this is who we have paper with and we're just trying to provide this to you and move on to the next thing. So we're meeting business challenges in a much more effective manner now.
That's great. So I'd love to hear a little bit more about the various contracts that you at Ezer are working on to be able to fulfill and expand the business.
So the most important one for us is the North Carolina Sheriff's Association contract, which sounds like it's a regional agreement, which it is to an extent. But what it does give us is a national reach, because it allows us to work with municipalities in all 50 states, with the sheriff's associations. I believe even universities, et cetera, have the option to purchase off this agreement. What it really allows us to do is to provide cybersecurity services on a contract that is mostly devoid of them to both cities and counties, organizations that have multiple compliance requirements, they have multiple threats that they're dealing with, they have restricted budgets, they have fiscal considerations, everything is kind of working against them. And so between our services and our partners, we're going to be able to provide a number of different bespoke solutions, right, for these organizations to help them combat against ransomware threats, to combat against hacks, to combat against all the things that they're dealing with on a daily basis, and to really simplify. The biggest challenge that a lot of these organizations have is they're required to do more with less. And so how do you protect yourself when you have less budget, you have less time, you have less resources, and you're restricted to purchasing off a contract? A lot of the contracts that actually happen at the state level are, honestly, since the pandemic, have just continued to roll as opposed to renewing. And so you do not have a lot of these new providers and new services arms that are out there that they can utilize. So It's going to be a strategic advantage for us and for our partnership with Deepwatch to really make you guys available and to make our own services available as well to these organizations that really need you.
That's a great better together motion, isn't it?
Yeah, it
We
is.
can get it to work very well like that. That's great. I would love to hear a little bit more too about what was it about Deepwatch that was important for Ezer to partner with for your customers?
So this really came out of an initial deal, right? Relationships all start with one, point moment. We had a client who had a unique set of challenges, and we went through 6 different demos trying to figure out a partner that would potentially fit. In every case with those organizations, we were told basically the same thing. This is what the service is. We'll size it out for you, but this is what it is. There is no customization. There is no adjusting to your organization. It's sizing, that's it. This is what it's built to be, and there was no flexibility there. The one thing that we loved about the engagement with Deepwatch was your team was very willing to really understand what the unique client challenges were, to work through those, to adjust on the fly, even down to the contract and the way that that was structured. And it gave us a chance to bridge the gap between what the client needed on top of that and provide something that was specifically tailored to them. So it was one of the first engagements that we've had where we've been able to actually meet a client need in a very different way. When you think about the impact that was for them, we went from, I believe it was like 17,000 alerts they were getting on a daily basis down to 8 critical in a 3-month period. That was a massive difference. It saved them days worth of time. And so the partnership for us is an extremely valuable one, and we're very excited about the way that this is going to grow. We're excited that the partnership allows for us to really provide a level of expertise and detail with our clients that you wouldn't normally get. Having the joint discussions, even this one right now, is tremendously valuable for us.
That's fantastic. I love hearing that. When you can build a customer into a champion that you can take and duplicate that effort, it's such a great feeling, not only just to experience that all together, but it's that better together story, right? You can take and really build something powerful with that. And it sounds like we've done just that.
Yeah, it's been great.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate hearing all about Ezer, and this has been really awesome to be out here with you guys.
Great. Likewise.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.